All right, let's jump into making these cute little snowmen. They are itty bitty. You can use them as keychains, ornaments, little pocket pals. You can string them up, make a garland out of them. These are super quick, super fast to make, easy, simple. We're going to walk you through that step by step process. For this pattern, I am working with Premier Perfect Chunky, and it is a super bulky size 6. I am going to be using a 4.5 millimeter hook. Other things you might want are a stitch marker, some scissors, and a darning needle or some sort of yarn needle. Let's get started. For row 1, we're going to be starting with a magic circle. If you don't know how to do that, I do have a full tutorial, and I will link that down below. Basically, I create this loop, and I pull my yarn through, chain, and then create my single crochet 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and 4. 4 single crochets on this round. Pull that nice and tight. Be careful with plush yarn with your magic circle. You do not want to fray it. Mine's pretty solid right now, but you might want to check to make sure you can pull through. All right, this next round we are going to be increasing. We're going to get up to 8 stitches. Every stitch is an increase, and the increase is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Here is 1, 2. Okay. I'm going to put a stitch marker in just so we know when we get back to the front here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've just finished round 2. We have 8 single crochets. Okay. So, and then we are going to do a single increase around the circle here. We're going to get up to 12 stitches. Single increase is a first stitch here. I'll put my stitch marker in. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to increase. That is 2 times. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Okay. And then we're going to go to the third one. It is a single. And the next one is an increase. 1. And in that same hole, I am starting to get a cone. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of coloring is a little off, but it's starting to become a cone shape. See that better. And it will keeping a cone shape depending on how you're holding it. And it's okay because at the end we can manipulate the yarn that it goes back to a nice round ball. All right, round 3 and round 4 are just single crochets around. I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end. Pause the video. We can meet back at the end of round 5. Now that we're at the end of round 5, we're going to start to decrease and bring that snowman's head down. We're going to do a single decrease. A single is just a regular single crochet, and a decrease. Now I like to do invisible decreases, and it's a little hard to see on this white, I think, but there are front loops and there are back loops. We're going to be going through just the front loop here, and then we're going to go through the next front loop here, and then we'll single crochet through those front loops only. Front loop 1 through front loop 2, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both of them. And I'll do that again, the single, and now we're going to do a decrease again, front loop of the next one, yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time, single crochet, and now decrease, front loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll do that one more time, single and decrease. Now we have our head shape. Currently it looks like a cone, and that's okay because we are going to manipulate it when we have our stuffing in there. At this point, if you are going to put in safety eyes, this is when you would do that. If you're going to embroider, you don't need to do it till later, and then the puffy paint will come later as well. All right, I'm going to grab some stuffing, plop it in, and I like to pull out to the sides, push it out to the sides first, and then keep filling in. So you can see it rounded out a little bit, and you're just going to manipulate that with your hands. If you need to add more stuffing, it'll help round it out. In this round, we're going to be working an increase in all 8 stitches, but we are going to be working only in the front loop. When we have our 2 stitches here, you're only going to be working in this front loop all the way around for this round. We're going to do 2 single crochets in this first stitch. That's our first increase. I'm going to go ahead and use my stitch marker. And then we have front loop, 1, 2. Again, that's an increase. I'll do that again. Front loop, increase here. I'm going to go on. You are going to meet me at that end when we are doing an increase in every stitch, 2 single crochets in each stitch. Now that we've reached the end of that round, we're going to do 2 rows of 16 stitches, 2 rounds of 16 stitches. You're going to do the first round and the second round, 16 stitches each, just single crochet around, and then I will meet you at the end. Again, we're just single crocheting around. For here we are back at the finishing those rounds. You can see the body's starting to take shape. Okay, we're going to now go back and create that ball. We are going to decrease. This time we are going to be doing 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. 1 single crochet, stitch marker in, 2 single crochets, and then that decrease. Remember, the decrease is from front loop, yarn over, pull through the loops, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2, front loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. All right, and you're going to do that a couple more times, the total of 4. 1, 2. What we're doing is we're going from 16 stitches down to 12 stitches. 1, 2, and decrease. You can start stuffing now, or you can wait until the next round, but we are going to get down to 6. We just got down to 12. We are going to be getting down to 6. I like to at least put some stuffing in at this point, and before I close it up even smaller. Okay, now I am going to decrease 6 times around. Front loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Put my stitch marker in, and then meet me at the end. Again, you're decreasing all the way around. Now that you've reached the end, we're going to fasten off. I'm just going to snip it and pull a tail out for weaving. So that's 5 inches of a tail here. I'm going to take my stitch marker out, and then I'm going to continue stuffing till I like the way my snowman feels. And I don't want more stuffing into my head because I already had that rounded like I like. I'm kind of pinching at the neckline here, getting it all squished together. Yeah. We are going to now take our darning needle, our yarn needle. We're going to be weaving our ends in and pulling it tight. Now, we're going to, when I weave, I only work in the front loops, and I do a down up motion. And I go down through this first stitch, then up through the next, down, up, down, and the last one will be up. And then I'm just going to pull gently but tight. You want it to, it's a balance here, because you want to pull tight, but you also don't want to snap your chenille yarn. So you're just going to pull tightly. I use my fingers, as you saw, my nail, to kind of like tighten it as I go. And it's now a closed up ball. And then I take what's remaining and I weave it back into the body. So I just kind of pick a spot, go through, and then head out the head. And pull that through, round everything out, and snip off the extra. And then if I have too much extra on top, it's hard to see because it is white, but you can shove it back in there. There's the basic body shape. Okay. Next, we're going to use a little bit of orange to create the carrot nose. You're going to create a slip knot on your yarn. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, I do have a full tutorial linked down below as well. Here's my slip knot, and then I'm going to find where I want the front of my face to be. I'm going to find the center. I just go hook through one of those stitches. I grab my yarn, pull it through, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through. Tighten up the back. Okay. So now it should look like this. You have the tail, you have your working yarn, and you have your loop. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stitch it back into that same loop that I am working in, the same stitch. I'm going to yarn over and create a slip stitch by pulling it through the other side. And then I'm going to snip it off, leaving a tail. And so this is where you're going to want to just shape your carrot nose into how you like it. Okay. Now I'm going to take, again, my needle. Put the orange on my needle here. I'm going to head back through the back of the head. Pull it out. Again, other side. Through the back, out the same hole that I went through the first time. Okay. Pull until you like the shape. Then we're going to tie a knot. You can double knot it if you'd like. Okay. Snip off the excess. We're going to pull some of that fuzz out and tuck that into the body. Now we have our snowman with its little nose, and I will probably go in with puffy paint for this one. Again, I did find these scarves on Amazon. I can link them down below. They did come with little hats as well that you can hot glue onto or sew with some thread onto your snowman. Although he's looking a little ducky today. We're going to do these, you can purchase and then just use, but we are going to just do a long chain to create these soft scarves. I'm going to go with green for this one. I did red on the others. That's a slip knot. You're going to chain roughly 20. It depends on how loose or tight your stitches are. I think mine comes out to about 20. Every so often you can stop and check around your snowman to see if you can tie it into a knot or a bow, however you want to do it. I'm going to say right there is great. I just snip it off and pull through. Tighten that. I have two sides tightened. Lay my snowman down and tie a knot. And it does have the extra string on there. So I'll just go as close as I can to my scarf here. And there you go. If you wanted to do little glue little pom-poms like this guy has, you can certainly do that. And all right, now he just needs his eyes, and that's it. Super fast, super easy. I hope that you have fun making these little snowmen. Be sure, if you do make one and you're on Instagram or TikTok, be sure to tag me at Sarah Meets Art. I would love to see your little snowman creatures.